What are the keys to stopping this particular version of the Seahawks offense? It used to be a run-first offense. Now it's bombs away, and it ranks number 1 in yards and points.
I'd like to see something similar, although it was a losing effort, what Buffalo did to Kansas City a couple weeks ago, where they just dared them to run, kind of put a lot of guys outside, say, you can have the middle and just see what happens. I'm not really sold on what DJ Dallas can do. We'll see if Carlos Hyde, which I'm sure 49er fans still have plenty of opinions about him, what he can do if he's active. But I think they kind of need to do their best to keep Russell Wilson out of the outside and being able to chuck it deep to Lockett and DK.
I think the best way to stop in their offense with the 49ers offense, right? So at least you control the clock, do what they do best, play to your own strength while also making them not play to their strength. If there's multiple offense possessions, limiting how many Russell Wilson can get. And I fully expect that to be Kyle Shanahan's job because you know how conservative thinking he is about like, hey, I just want to drain the clock and just limit the other team's possessions, run the ball. It's going to be very interesting to see how much he really wants to trust Hasty with that case, and I say just run them till the wheels fall off because I think Hasty's more than ready for that opportunity. So the more you can drain the clock, drain the defense, keep Russell Wilson on that sideline, it's like a win-win for your defense to become more efficient, and at least on the offensive side, you're going to be straight steamrolling that defense throughout.
So even though you said that they're a bombs-away offense, they still love to run the ball, and they don't want to get away from that. So the key to stopping them is just making them completely one-dimensional, make their running game straight up unsuccessful, and make them go bombs away, because if you do that, you can end up with the Arizona Cardinal game where Russell ends up giving you a couple of free balls, and you turn that into your advantage, especially as I would expect the 49ers offense to manage the clock. And I think that's where it's got to go, just make them completely one-dimensional.
I like that answer. Jack.
Yeah, to stop Seattle, you need to stop Wilson. That's where it starts and stops. And really, the way that I want to see the Niners get after him is what we saw on Sunday night. I thought Arizona did a great job of not over rushing the passer. They didn't really have a lot of stunts and twists. Pretty much everything was a straight rush by the front four. And then they bring the pressure looks, and those were always coming off of the edge. So, that's really what I want to see this week. It's one of the things that the other thing, too, that I think Arizona did a great job is when they did come off the edge, they weren't rushing deep. They were rushing kind of shallow, hitting them right at the drop point. It was really good on their part.
You guys had great answers. I'm gonna add to those. I think everything you guys said is correct. General principles against Russell Wilson. Obviously, edge containment is something we talk about every week. It's important. I think the Niners are a big man coverage team. They like to do 2-man, which is 2 safeties high. You can't do that this week. Impossible. If you do 2-man against Russell Wilson, he'll run for 18 yards, 20 yards, 24 yards, and he'll lose. So that's off the table. What they got to do is cover 1. If they do man coverage, it's one free safety and a spy or a blitz. I would be in you got to mix it up, but blitzing is going to work. What you want to do is either cover 1 or cover 3. You don't want to give up the deep pass. Russell Wilson is almost impatient. He doesn't really like checking down and playing like Tom Brady. He wants to go deep. Don't let him do it. Keep everything in front of you. And then also, generally, his go-to guy is Tyler Lockett, not DK Metcalf. Metcalf is really good, but Metcalf will get like 3 balls a game. Lockett is his guy. Do not let Lockett go off on you. And that means if you are playing zone, maybe you want to put a man lock on him and play zone everywhere else just so he doesn't beat you. Those are general principles against the Seahawks. And then finally, you got to look at what the Cardinals did in overtime. If you watch what they did in overtime, they just shut down this offense with anytime the Seahawks were in shotgun, 11 personnel, 10 personnel, this team, the Cardinals either blitzed or showed blitz and dropped out, and the Seahawks didn't have an answer for either of them. It seems like their protection scheme is all messed up, and the Niners have to pressure it, stress it early to see if they have answers, because if they don't, this is going to be an easy win. So blitz the hell out of Russell Wilson. If you rush 4 all game, you're going to lose because he's just going to chill in the pocket, and there'll be one gap that he can escape out of, and he can extend the play and hold it, and then he's a playmaker, and you're screwed. But if you blitz him and force him to get rid of the ball quickly and make him just a distributor, you saw what happened in overtime, and he just threw it up to Isaiah Simmons, and that didn't look like a Hall of Fame quarterback right there. So that was a thesis on how to stop the best defense in the league. It's difficult. The offense in the league, it's difficult. But I think if they follow what we just laid out, and it's Thursday, I mean, they have time. They still haven't even implemented the red zone game plan yet. So I think we've given him ample opportunity.